I've been asked to speak this morning on our fourth shared principle. Feel free to read along in your order of service if you wish. It's on the back of the outside cover. We covenant to affirm and promote a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. We covenant to affirm and promote a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. Truth and meaning. What do I make of my life? What gives it meaning? How true is what I believe? I am constantly searching for these answers. Free. Please raise your hand if you were forced to come this morning. Nobody had raised their hands. Did someone force you to watch this online, maybe? No? Responsible. There's the rub. Are we free to believe just anything? To do anything we want without consequence? Are we only responsible to ourselves, or also to our family, our community, our world? Well, I'll apologize for those people waiting for an answer. As a Unitarian Universalist, I pledge not to force upon you any easy, pithy answers, but rather to help you along your journey, to help you along your free and responsible search for truth and meaning. Part of helping you is simply to share my journey so that you can compare and contrast, maybe find sympathy or some ideas. When I found my way to this denomination 17 years ago, to this church in particular, it was not the end of my spiritual journey, but rather a new beginning. Having a child 12 years ago was not unlocking an achievement in the game of life. It was the beginning of learning anew about myself, about others, about love. When you helped me cope with a painful divorce, it was not the end of hope, joy, grief, or the end of anger. It was the beginning of a new life, a new appreciation for my ex-wife, and new opportunities for growth in me. For me, Sunday is not the end of the week, it's the beginning. I don't stop thinking or stop engaging. Thanks to you guys, I'm not stopping that. I get charged up to live life fully and in the present moment. Coming to church is not the end of my search for spiritual sustenance, meaning, solace, camaraderie, warmth, safety, or justice. It's only the beginning. It's the beginning of each week, each month, each year of my free and responsible search for truth and meaning. Through you, I have grown to understand better what rings true in my relationships by hearing other stories. I have learned new meaning for my life when you share what matters most to you. I continue searching for these truths and meanings in the actions and relationships that surround me in this community. Well, what have I found so far? I found passion in the actions of our paid staff who worked extra hard voluntarily. Yes, they're paid staff, but they also worked extra hard voluntarily to make a great fundraiser happen and to make it spectacular because they care. Free and responsible. I found it in people fighting to develop supporting legal and financial infrastructure for our congregation and for this building we call home, spending hours upon hours voluntarily researching, talking with knowledgeable individuals and outside benefactors, bringing guest speakers in to inform us, creating inspiring and educational content to be shared with us and with our larger community, free and responsible. I found it in a stewardship team that says yes to possibility and devotes tremendous energy, I've seen it, when volunteering their time and talent to the task of encouraging our shared ministry, free and responsible. But what I found so far is not the end, oh no. It's only the beginning. I can't wait to see what else each of you has to offer to this family, this community, and this world that we share. What I continue to learn from you and with you, I practice beyond our church. The diversity of the relationships I have at home, at work, at school, and on the street really drive home these lessons. The quest for truth and meaning does not end here. It begins here. Now, this message is not just for our members. It's also for our friends and visitors who share of their own free will in what ways they are still discovering and for which we are responsible for nurturing. It's also for everyone watching online or anyone who is curious about Unitarian Universalism. Understanding our common values while respecting our differences is not an end in and of itself. Understanding our common values while respecting our differences is not even a difficult achievement to unlock in the game of life. Instead, it's just the beginning of achieving our common goal and responsibility of making the world we share a better place for all. May it be so.